it's so wonderful to be here in, you know. And so I'm gay. I don't know if I needed to explain that. And if you've seen me before, I'm still gay. If anything, it's getting worse. And I'm completely gay as well. Like, I've never tried it any other way. I've never tried it with a woman. I'm a thoroughbred. And I mean, really, I wouldn't know a vagina if it hit me in the face. I mean, how they do that? Have they got hands? I've never seen one. Though I have been twatted. One of the most exciting things that happened to me when I was about 8 years old, I'm 33 now. I know, Nivea. But when I was about 8 years old, in the sort of early to mid-90s, the mid-John Major years, as we call them, and the most exciting thing that could happen to probably anybody during that time, and Lord knows there weren't many exciting things then, unless you were Edwina Currie. But the most exciting thing that could happen to you during that time would be that your local authority would open up a leisure centre. And these leisure centres were not ordinary sports centres, no, no. What they had inside them were subtropical paradises. And these subtropical paradises were basically swimming pools that were designed to look like the sea if the sea had been tiled. And the other thing they also had were flumes. And flumes were water slides which went outside of the building. Because nothing is more exciting than being on a water slide over the car park. And they were wonderful places to go to, and we knew they were subtropical paradises because they'd have one palm tree made of plastic, and they had huge windows which overlooked the dual carriageway. But the best thing that could happen to you while you were in the subtropical paradise would be that they would start up the wave machine. And the wave machine would be heralded with a siren, and the siren sounded a bit like this. Ah! And when you heard that siren, it didn't matter where you were, everybody would come flocking to the water. They'd come wading into the water, wading into the water, wading into the water, like they'd come to hear the good news. They'd come to be baptized. Everybody would come into the water. You'd see everybody you knew. You'd see people you knew. Like, you'd see, like, your mum's friend Joyce. She'd be there. In a bikini, basically just in her underwear. Because I'd see you like that, Joyce. And everybody come wading. You come wading in up to your ankles, up to your knees, up to your hips, wherever you felt most comfortable. And then, when the wave machine really got going, the best thing that it would make you do is that it would make you go like this. To be alive. But then the wave machine would stop very abruptly, and that's probably when you decide to go on the flumes. And so to get on the flumes, you'd have to queue on the stairs at the side. You have to stand on the staircase in your trunks, basically in your underwear, on a staircase, getting cold. It's a very unusual feeling, I think, standing on a staircase in your underwear, getting cold, unless maybe you have a lot of affairs. And you have to stand on the staircase. You'd have to queue for ages. There'd probably be 2 flumes, but one of them would be closed because last week somebody died. And you have to queue and the flumes would be managed by a 16-year-old who had a whistle and no qualifications at all. And he was using some sort of red and green lighting system, which we couldn't possibly understand. Couldn't understand it. And eventually, when it was your turn, you'd have to wait and wait. And when it was your turn, when it was your special moment on the flumes, you'd have to get in position at the top. You'd have to hold onto the handles at the side. Otherwise, you'd just be sucked off into oblivion. And when it was your turn, your special moment on the flumes, the 16-year-old, he would turn to you and he would say, "You can go now if you want." And you'd launch yourself off. And where the flumes had been manufactured rather cheaply during the mid-John Major years, they were made of panel panels of fiberglass which had been bolted together. And where those panels joined, as you went over them, would cut into your back like knives. But because you've been queuing for so long, you were desperate to have a good time, so you'd be on the flumes going, ow, 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 ow. Oh, it's gone light. We must be over the car park. There'd probably be a trickle of water going through that was designed to lubricate your passage. And because it's a cheap and shoddy manufacture, sometimes that trickle of water would have just trickled away. And suddenly you would find yourself in a dry bit. And because you were 8 years old and you had no momentum at all, you'd just stop. You just stop, and there'd be no way of getting out of it. You try and scoot yourself forward. There's nothing you could do. You think, oh my God, am I dead? Am I dead? Is this what it is to be dead? Is that what the light is? Oh no, it's just the car park. Oh God, how am I going to get out of this? You think, oh, thank God for the 16-year-old upstairs. He knows I'm here. He'll send for me. He'll send for me. It's all going to be fine. He'll send for me. And at that moment, you'd look over your head, and that's when you'd see the shadow of somebody else on the floors. Think, oh God, it's all on a timer. He doesn't care at all. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. You try and scoot yourself along. You peer over your shoulder. You see the toes of somebody else coming around the corner. The legs of somebody else. The whole body of somebody else coming around the corner. And that's when you'd realize that it was your mum's friend, Joyce. Coming around the corner, legs akimbo. She'd smash into the back of you. Suddenly you'd both be hurtling along together like you're in Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. You're nestled in the bosom of her thighs, going so fast from side to side to side to side, both of you screaming for different reasons. So fast from side to side to side, how you've never been so fast in your whole life. How would it ever stop? Would it ever stop? Eventually you'd be thrown out the other end of the flumes. You'd fly across the sky, past the palm tree, across the window, and then you'd land in the landing pool. And then you'd look at each other in a way that said, I never thought we would touch like that. But which also said, we will never speak of this again. And that's when I first realized that I was gay. Thank you very much, Apollo. My name's Tom Allen. Good night, good night.